Time now for the Nightline Report Card. Our political insiders. Nicole Wallace was with Senator John McCain. Donna Brazil with Al Gore. Matt Dowd with George W. Bush. Let's go right to it. Let's start with style. Who took command of that stage? We'll start with Mitt Romney on style. Give it a grade.
Gave him a B.
B.
C.
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 2 C's and a B. Let's start with the B. What did you like about it?
Well, I gave him an A for the first debate, and I thought that tonight's performance stepped down 1 full grade from that first debate. I didn't think he was as focused, and I didn't think he was as disciplined as he was in the first debate, so that's why I lowered my grade.
I agree with Nicole. He didn't seem, in charge of the format. He looked rattled. He seemed hot under the collar. He wasn't in command, so that's why I gave him a C this time.
I gave him a C for very much the same reasons. I thought that the Barack Obama strategy put him on the defensive from the very start, and I actually thought he Mitt Romney re-engaged in some questions in a stylistic way that I didn't think benefited him throughout this. He went back to things. He sort of seemed to argue with the moderator at times. I didn't think he did as well as he did last time.
Obama put him under pressure, and the question is, did he rattle? He was certainly hotter. So, President Obama, style.
B minus.
B minus.
A.
A.
B.
B. All right, so let's go to the A. Why you liked him tonight?
Oh, no question. He was calm. He was a commander-in-chief. He knew Mitt Romney's positions better than Mitt Romney knew his own positions. I thought the president was smart. He connected with the audience in the room and the people outside tuning in.
B minus.
B minus. Look, he won 4 years ago for being cool under pressure, and tonight he was hot. He was overheated, in my view, and more importantly, for the president, I think he will be viewed as a little too overheated and too hot in the view of the few people who still haven't made up their mind or haven't decided whether they're going to go out and vote again for him as they did 4 years ago.
Definitely hotter this time.
And I gave a B, and as I've said last time, I'm a tough A.
Tough A.
A really tough A. I thought the president did exactly what he needed to do, what many people had hoped, his partisans had hoped he'd done 2 weeks ago, and he'd showed up and the race wouldn't be where it was if he did. He came out on fire, came out jabbing, came out with energy, which is exactly what he needed to do. I didn't think he was too aggressive in this debate at all. I thought he did exactly what he needed to do to put Mitt Romney on the defensive, and I think that changed it for him.
The conventional wisdom going in is that a town hall debate makes it harder to attack each other. That's all they did all night.
Didn't hold anybody back tonight.
No,
it was a really contentious debate and benefited both of them. All right, let's turn to substance. How do they make their case? Mitt Romney on substance.
B.
B.
C.
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 2 C's.
C. C, senor.
All right. The tough grade. You gave him a C on his substance. Why?
I just didn't think he had the answers on a certain amount of the things that he did like he did last time. Even some of the ways that he talked last time, which he did very well when he won last week, he didn't return to some of those points even until the last half hour of this debate. And I thought on the most important substantive question that Barack Obama had the most vulnerability on, which was Libya, he failed on that question.
I agree, he failed on Libya, but he stumbled to explain his own policies. Even on his so-called tax plan, once again, he could not make a real clear argument about the math and whether or not it adds up. So I gave him a C because I don't believe that Mitt Romney gave us any answers tonight to some of the things that he hopes to accomplish if he is elected.
Nicole, you disagree.
I gave him a B. I thought he got in some good messages and some good points, and the Romney campaign will certainly point to his answers on energy production, how he plans to increase that, and getting that message in about his 5-point plan for adding jobs is something that was very important to them to convey tonight. And I thought he had some other, good opportunities to talk about the president's record and the problems there. So I thought it was a solid B.
Let me ask you, it seemed like one of the things the president tried to do was pin on Mitt Romney some of the things he had said during the primaries. Self-deportation, some of the social issues, that those positions seem to come back and haunt Romney a little bit because of the aggressiveness of President Obama?
Defunding Planned Parenthood. President Obama raised that 3 different times. I think, once again, to remind voters that Mitt Romney, the guy who competed in the primary, the Republican primary, was a severe conservative. And then 2 weeks ago, he was the moderate Mitt. Well, tonight, we really don't know which Mitt Romney showed up because President Obama didn't allow him to pivot to the center this time.
And I think that from that standpoint, he wanted to force Mitt Romney on the defensive. That's what his goal was tonight, and he did it over and over on every different issue. Force him on the defensive.
That gets us to the president's grade on substance. How did you grade him?
The president got a B minus on substance.
B minus?
I gave him an A, another A.
A?
B.
B. All right, we've talked a little bit about him. What do you think the president missed on substance?
Well, I think it was the emphasis. It was almost 100% on negative attacks against his opponent. There was no talk, and I think even Donna and Matthew, who are pretty excited about the president's performance tonight, would be hard-pressed to point to a single example of him talking about the future. And elections are always a debate about the future.
I actually agree with that. I actually think why I wouldn't have given him an A is because we still have not heard from the president, in my view, what he wants to do in the next 4 years. He's still left a forward-looking agenda off the table, and that's still a missing piece 3 weeks from election.
All right, big ticket. Who won?
I said Romney by a hair.
Romney by a hair?
Obama, because he did talk about education as a passport out of poverty. He did talk about health care. I mean, I still believe that President Obama won tonight because the substance.
You're the tiebreaker.
Tigers in the 9th inning won 2-1 over the Yankees. That's who won. Obama won.
Obama won. So you got two Obamas, one Romney. Does it move the dial?
It puts the possession arrow in Obama's favor in a close race.
All right. Nicole, Donna, Matt, thanks once again. We'll see you next week.